That was creepy.
Open up, you open up.
Hi guys, I'm Hannah.
I'm Sadie.
And we're not straight. We
What
didn't
did
talk
we-
about. Okay, today we're going to talk about love languages.
Yeah.
I've been a big fan of this philosophy ever since I heard about it, so we're going to tell you what it is. We're going to take the quiz, we're going to talk about ours, and then we're going to talk about where we see them out in the world, both being bungled. Is that a
Bungled is nice.
fumbled? Bungled? Messed up?
I mean, like, that's a generous
Oh, it's kind
assessment.
Oh, speaking of, the onion is preheated now, if you heard that. The onion. Did
You
I
said
say
the onion?
Did I say the onion? We're making vegan
some
cookies. They smell so good, they smell so good. Okay, now that I've had like 4,
The cookies are good.
they're really good.
One time, I posted a photo of this thing, of a recipe that I had made, and I typed out the recipe in like the post, and in the recipe I said preheat the onion instead of preheat the oven. And apparently Hannah's been thinking about it ever since, because she just said, did you preheat the onion?
It was not on purpose that I said that though.
I thought you were making fun of me.
No. I think I've had enough. Thank you. Okay, we took the quiz.
Results were not surprising.
Not surprising.
It's like one of those quizzes in like 17 magazine where it's like A, B, or C, like which type of summer girl are you?
Yeah, and if it's like mostly A's, and you're like, well, I knew that all the A's were the same thing. Okay, there are 5 love languages. First, quality time. Second, words of affirmation. Third, physical touch. Fourth, receiving gifts. Fifth, acts of service. And the idea is people like to show love in some of those ways, and then maybe like to receive love in different ones of those.
Yeah. This is showing how you like to receive love.
Yes.
So both of us actually got quality time as our number 1, which is hilarious. And I feel like our YouTube channel is like a perfect example of that. Like we get to spend time together, like making videos, like editing and filming and all of this stuff. And it's like a way for us to be able to spend time together and something for us to work on together. I think it's very fitting.
It's good for us.
What was your second one?
Okay, my second one, this came as a surprise. Acts of service.
Interesting.
I know.
My second one was words of affirmation. I think that makes sense to me. I think that hearing, if I can't spend time with you, or if I can't spend time with someone that I like love and care about, hearing that they want to spend time with me, or hearing something that is like positive about me from them, or supportive, even just listening to if I have a frustration or a stress or something like that. You're really good at that.
Oh, thanks. I was just gonna say, I feel like I can work on prioritizing that more.
I think you do a really good job.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I affirm your efforts.
You affirm my affirmations?
Yes, I affirm your affirmation.
I love you.
I love you. This is like when Jim and Pam go to couples counseling in the office.
Oh
and
my god. Like,
there's like 3 things.
Yeah.
Acknowledge and appreciate things that the other person does, sacrifices that the other person makes. Speak your truth. And calling things that they don't want to do opportunities, which is so funny.
It's really funny.
So Jim brings Pam a cup of tea, and she's like, "Thank you. I acknowledge and appreciate you taking your time to make me tea." And Jim goes, "To speak my truth, I already felt like a tea, so I got you one on the way, and it wasn't out of my way." And then Pam goes, "Well, to speak my truth, I switched to coffee 3 months ago."
And it's like the saddest,
So-
most cringy.
It's
Everyone's
so
like,
uncomfortable.
oh my god. Love
So
Jim
anyway,
and
I acknowledge and appreciate your affirmations.
Pam. Now this feels negative. We spend so much quality time together all the time that I don't usually think of like, here's my undivided attention, you're welcome. As like a,
Yeah.
you know, a gift.
Yeah, I think that it would be more recognizable if we had, well, first of all, if we weren't in a global pandemic and we weren't spending every day with the opportunity to be trapped in an apartment together.
Whoa.
I mean, I enjoy it, but we are trapped.
Yeah. Okay. I have mixed feelings about this.
But if we both had jobs that were pulling us apart from one another and we were really busy with something that kept us away from each other a lot of the time, I think that would make it more obvious when we were carving out moments to spend together.
True.
Whereas, I agree, I think now it's not like we have much of an opportunity to say, hey, I had an hour here and I want to spend it with you.
I'm like, I have 24 hours.
I have 24 hours.
They're yours.
And I'm going to spend them with you.
Whether you like it or not, because I can't leave. Wow, I wonder if people's love languages during the pandemic have changed.
Yeah.
I'm also thinking of this in the context of my last relationship. Like receiving gifts was my third one, which used to be my last.
When you are promised a gift or you are given a it's coming gift and then it never does.
They become more important.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think it's like if there's no follow through.
Yeah. I didn't realize that that would affect this quiz and this reality for me, but I think that that's what happened.
Yeah.
This is not about Sadie, so don't worry.
Okay, one other thing that we have been talking about a lot recently is the show that we've been watching, which is called Married at First Sight. It's on Lifetime, and it's so good. If you've seen Love is Blind, it's Love is Blind before that show existed. And there's no blind dating. They just are matched by experts. They get married. And then they go on the journey of like dating, getting to know each other. And then at the end of 8 weeks, when the experiment is over, they decide whether they're going to stay together or get a divorce. It's so interesting to see people get to know one another and and they're talking to the camera and they're like, well, I wanted to do this for this person because I wanted to show them that I care and whatever. So you see their love languages like very prominently, like very early on.
Yeah.
And it's super interesting. And we often stop and talk about what we're seeing and like how we would do things differently or what stupid things they're saying. One of the episodes that we watched yesterday, it's a man and a woman who are married. All these couples are straight, by the way.
Yeah.
But the man in the relationship, boo, lesbians. The man in the relationship says that he kissed the woman for the first time since their wedding. They were like on a 2-week honeymoon and they didn't kiss the whole time. And finally he kisses her and he says, he pulls away and then tells her that he had to stop because he felt repulsed and dead inside. What?
So many red flags. So I don't even know where to
I really
start.
hope words of affirmation is not her love language, because that would be like an absolute dagger.
Even for her, if it's not words of affirmation, if it's physical touch, now that's like intrinsically tied with this thing that he said. So it feels like both are just ruined.
Yeah.
Like
Seriously.
My one thought on this show is that I think the premise is kind of great. Like, it defies the idea of having a soulmate. It says, as long as you're somewhat compatible, based on these criteria that they've had with each contestant, and then they've matched them to try to align those things. As long as you have some basis of compatibility, you can make something work.
Yeah, one of the experts, Pastor Cal, he's awesome. He always says, falling in love doesn't exist, it's growing in love, which is awesome. We've talked about that before. And it's really cool, because I think that love languages goes hand in hand with that. It's just showing love through ways that you can communicate with your partner. And if you're doing that, and if the person is receiving love in the way that you're showing love, then it's going to grow no matter what.
Okay, I have one last question.
Yeah.
How do you think your past relationships have influenced your love languages?
Physical touch and acts of service are tied, which is kind of surprising. I would think physical touch would be last.
Lower?
Well, fourth. I think receiving gifts is last. But I think that one probably has grown because of being with you. I think I appreciate it more.
When I touch you?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think that's probably one way that is.
That was creepy.
I feel like I could do that all day. I think that's one way that it's influenced my love languages, or that past relationships have. I think I have not valued physical touch in past relationships as much. Probably because I only dated men.
There it is.
Yeah. Sorry. I will never forget when you said to me, if there's something really hard or really challenging to talk about, can you hold my hand, or like, can you put your hand on my leg or something, to let me know that you're not, basically to let me know that you're not trying to distance yourself from me, that you're trying to bring us closer together, even though what we might be talking about is really challenging.
We talked about that.
I didn't forget about it. But I think that has helped me. Like, I think I have not realized how much of a wall can just, I don't know, accidentally grow between you if you're talking to someone and you're both kind of feeling more distant, and then you get defensive, and so you distance yourself even more to protect yourself.
Yeah.
And I think, like, touching someone, like, breaks that down. It's like a physical reminder that I'm not trying to put anything between us. I just have this issue that I think we need to work out in order to stay this close. You taught me that.
That's so nice. I feel like we do a pretty good job of that.
I think we do a good job of that, yeah.
Usually, just to visualize, I'm on the stool and I'm like
this.
And I'm like, can you please look at me?
I help a lot. Like, in our relationship, I wanted to spend time with you more than I ever have before in another relationship, because I want to show you that, like, I want to show that love to you. Stop smiling. You're making me nervous.
I'm not smiling. I'm not smiling. I'm totally neutral.
Be mad. Be mad. Be mad. Be mad.
I can just face. Oh, there we go. I'll face front. I didn't, like, even just now. It's like a cycle, because I want to spend more time with you, and then you want to spend time with me. Then I'm like, wow, this is so important. I think that has grown, probably. And now we're together 24/7.
Mission accomplished. I think words of affirmation has grown for me because I think you're really good at, like, giving me positive feedback and, like, telling me things that you appreciate about me. And so I'm like, oh, this is nice. I like it.
Tell me more. I feel like sometimes you don't believe me. Sometimes I worry that I'm like, I say it every time I'm thinking it, and then she's like, there's no way that you're being genuine every time you say something. Is that true?
I'm like fishing for more. I'm like, stop, no, that's not real. And then you're like, no, it is. And I'm like, no, tell me more.
Okay, well, maybe
Is that how you do that?
if here, do it with my hair.
Okay.
That is exact. Wow, that's exactly how you do that. Thank you.
Chill, buddy. We have really enjoyed watching Married at First Sight and giving our own advice to the computer screen as we watch.
So helpful.
So helpful. But honestly, it's been really fun to talk about between the two of us, and just being able to like know yourself and know how you give and receive love is super important. But also being able to communicate openly with your partner or with your friends, even like anybody that you love. It's not just in a romantic relationship, but it's like family, friends. I think it's applicable in all kinds of relationships, but being able to talk about it and acknowledge it and like be cognizant of your own love languages is so healthy and important.
Like illuminating.
For sure.
I think it helped me understand my relationship with my dad and with both my parents, with my siblings. When I realized that like my dad shows love in ways that are different from how I do. Like he was always really good at acts of service, and when I was little, I didn't really appreciate that, or I didn't see it and acknowledge it and understand it. But he was doing that all along, and so I kind of like missed it. And I think that learning about that helped me reflect on that and like see things in a whole new light.
Yeah. I think a lot of times I hear people say the phrase like, I don't have to say I love you, like you just know it, or I just show it, or whatever, which is so interesting to me. I think that those people are probably not words of affirmation people. And it doesn't really make sense to them to give love through words of affirmation. But it's hard to understand when you are that kind of person and you're like, why doesn't this person love me?
Like if it's not words of affirmation, if they aren't giving you what you need, then you feel as if they don't love you, even if they say they do.
Yeah.
I think that was also huge for me.
Right. Yeah.
Like starving for the pieces that starving for the things that make me feel loved, and then missing the parts that are them showing it.
Right. I think it helps understand a lot of conflicts too. I think there are a lot of miscommunications, or not miscommunications, but just lack of communication that leads to not being able to understand another person's perspective.
Yeah.
And how they give or receive love, and then that causes a frustration and feeling unloved or feeling unwanted, and the other person is like, what? No, like not at all, you know?
And can list off like, I told you that I love you. Like what else is there?
Right.
And my response is like, well, I don't believe you. Like it's I can't believe you if that's all it is these words.
Right.
Okay, I think that's all we have.
Just love. That's all we got.
Just love. Coming this Friday, we have another musical interlude on our other channel, of the channel. So check that out if you so desire.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here. It means the world to us. And we'll see you Sunday.
Yeah. Or Friday.
We'll see you Friday and then also Sunday.
It feels like the first or second video we did where I said like, comment, subscribe, boom.
Yeah. I think dancing is one of my love languages. That's not a love language. It is for me.
Fine. Then my love language is sarcasm.
Anyway. Okay, we love you. Bye.
Bye.
What? Nothing. Did you remember it's my birthday?
Oh,